Welcome back. Now what we need to do is that we need to change the search criteria depending on the last thing that user chose. For example, if I say shoes here and if I increase the minimum price to 1,000 and if I click on search, this is gonna get me shoes that are worth $1,000 and less. But as soon as I get the result, the criteria will go back to the default, and we don't want that. We want to keep the criteria to the last criteria that the user chose. So to do this, we here in the shop.php in the price, we need to say in the value, we need to say PHP, and then we need to check the, remember we need to check the price. This is this price. We need to check this price. So if we have a price, let me here say if is set price, then we need to display that price. We need to say echo price. Else, here else, what we need to do is that we need to echo the default value. So the default value is 100. I'm going to say 100. That's it. Pretty simple. Similarly, for the categories here, we need to say, instead of saying checked for all of these categories, we need to add the PHP code that's gonna check the last criteria or the last category that the user chose. So here we need to say PHP and then echo, and then before echo we need to say if is set category, then I'm gonna say echo category, echo checked, to check this, to check this, and then I'm gonna repeat the same code to all other categories. So here instead of checked, I'm gonna remove this checked, and then I'm gonna add this code. And I'm going to remove this checked, and then I'm going to add this code. And I'm going to remove this checked, and then I'm going to add this code. And this is not enough. We need also to say if category is set and here, and category is equal to the category here. So what's the category here? The category is shoes here with the small s, because in the database it's small s, not capital S. Similarly, in the second one, we need to say and category is equal to quotes. And then here we need to say and category is equal to watches. And lastly, the category here and category is equal to bags. Let me save and let me now refresh and show you how awesome this is. Now if I refresh and select, for example, shoes and say 500 and click on search, the criteria will remain the same here. Will remain the last criteria that I selected. If I say here the last category and last price that I selected. If I say coats and 1,000 and click on search, as you can see, it's going to get me coats that are $1,000 and less, and the values will remain the same here, which is amazing. Lastly, what I wanted to emphasize on is that here the search functionality, you can modify this. For example, you can add more categories if you want. If you have more categories in your database, you can add them. For example, if you have, maybe you have other things such as, let's say you have shoes, coats, watches, bags, ties, maybe glasses, sunglasses, you can add them. but you need to make sure that you have them in the database so that you get products. If you don't have them in the database and the user searches for one of these categories and clicks on search, they are not going to get anything because you don't have them in the database. So you need to add them to the database in order to make sure that the user will get them. So this search functionality is very, very important, and it's going to help the user a lot, because the user might not be interested in all products and they may be interested in one category.